So but they are not currently attacking. And at that point, when the Protestants arrive, they will perceive that there is not, they can't claim that, oh, they were fighting, so we were defending. They're kind of like looking back and forth among each other as to, so at the moment they are not attacking either. So there's kind of this standoff at the moment when Augox finally arrives. All right.
And I think, that they're saying this, and I think I'll, hiss at them. You dare attack someone who tried to join in a worship ceremony. Meanwhile, you let these heretics mill about and worship at the same temple.
Whatever the Vargar gesture for. Augox makes it. Augox makes that gesture, whatever it may be. All right. And so there's at that point, then everybody just starts yelling at each other. There isn't going to be a fight because, even and one of them is like, it cut me, it's dangerous, right? Profaning the sacred temple, right, with the blood of a worshiper. And, and someone else says, oh, shut up, you wimp. So, so everybody is shouting different things. People in the same groups are starting to yell at each other. So therefore, the sort of social breakdown seems to have been diverted. We've had the bully roll from 13 and the bully roll from Theoxxa, which is enough to kind of keep things from just turning into a great big fight. And when it's non-player character on non-player character, then the GM gets to decide, and Augox is basically going to say, shut up, everybody shut up, everybody go back, nothing's going on, knock it off, just knock it off. And so they do. Anybody who knows this community knows that, dark words are going to be muttered about what Theoxxa's lover got away with today. But the immediate crisis is averted. Yeah, another catastrophic on that bully would have been a whole different story, but yes, the basically Theoxxa just looks at Augox will turn her wrath fully on Theoxxa, not on 13 at all, and she will say, you have got to learn what is happening around here. Control that, and points toward 13. You brought it here. You control it.
Well, I mean, I'm not taking that, I think at first I'm shocked that I am, because again, I've been completely oblivious to this dynamic, right? Up until, so she's getting angry at me, like, confusion, hurt, it processes.
Not to mention, where's my sword? But go on, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I say, oh yeah, I see what's going on around here. I leave for a couple of months, and when I come back, they've pulled your teeth. But you don't have any gums anymore. What did they do? Declaw you?
Aha, right. I see. Well, 13, as you can see, there seems to be a relationship issue here in front of you. And I know something that's going on a little off stage as well. Do you quickly make an alertness check for 13? So we can give a little context about other things happening.
Passable.
Okay, it's just good enough to know that there's some kind of social interaction going on the steps and among the others who had just been joining in, who did not actually throw into the fight. but there's some kind of interaction going on. If you want to follow up with another roll, you can, or you can just leave it at that. It's your choice. Do you want to pay attention that way or this way?
I'm going to pay attention on what is happening with Theoxxa and August.
August, yes.
While I'm putting away my violin and
right, exactly.
taking a piece of cloth from some other compartment, cleaning off the bow,
right,
putting away that.
Excellent, I like this.
So, trying to be kind of observant, but not going for anything weapon-like right now, just alert.
Right. Okay. Theoxxa says, "Oh, I'll show you what, how I'll show you just how defanged I am." And then she turns around and in this bellowing, puts two paws up on the wall, and rears up and bellows out and says, "Today is a blessed day. We are performing the ceremony of the ultimate defiance, that God shall not take our lives against our wills, our lives of our own. And on this sacred day, this sacred moment, we will demonstrate that we have that power, not him." And then looks at 13 and says, "Congratulations, little guest. You have a most holy role to perform today." And the crowd of people basically kind of flinch a little bit, and one of the ones who's still up there on that square with you says, "So that's going to," and Theoxxa says, "Oh yes." And they all look quite pleased. They're all like, "Oh, well then, okay, sounds good." So
now, am I?
Yes.
Do you think I'm aware of what this is? Because
Absolutely.
one thing I noticed is that. Also, the funny thing is, I'm obviously very fervent. I also only have a knowledge of 4 and no specialization, so I'm pretty
right. Exactly.
You're basically a
theology. You're a faithful idiot. So the theology of this the theology of this, or its precedence, or its appropriateness in temple terms, may elude you. But on the other hand, your what's the word I want? On the other hand, your awareness of just what this is in reference to is real. Basically, this is in what any other religion would be called a human sacrifice.
Right.
So Theoxxa is going to solve all of this right now.
I'm assuming people are surging up, and I'm going to be shouting to Ogox, "No, you can't. 13 is a guest. They just arrived here. Yeah, you can't do this. This isn't right."
Okay, so make a sincerity roll.
Okay. Which I do have. Okay. That is a good result.
Excellent. It's very clear to everybody that you disagree and that you mean it. And it's also clear to Theoxxa that, wait, hold on, and so, and it's also backed up by somebody else who says, "I think we really need to stop shouting here in this holy spot." And I agree. I have accepted 13, the friendly, inoffensive, courteous 13. I have accepted 13 into our camp. Says your mortal enemy right behind you. walking up the steps.
You know, stay out of this.
Yes, Helma.
You know,
Actually, what I don't understand a word of what's going on. But I would like to do another empathy roll because I clearly can see that people are moving around.
Yep.
And
you go right ahead. An empathy roll sounds like a great idea.
Something here is weird. And I'm actually like, could Theoxxa please tell me what's going on here so I know how to react to this? But she's obviously very busy with something else. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
That's just perfect. Oh, yes. It's pathetic.
Oh, damn. I was hoping for a catastrophe.
I'm completely confused.
Okay. Yes, you are. You're
kind
completely
of trying
right.
to keep one eye on the mass of people milling around and another on Theoxxa waiting for some signal.
Right.
What I should go for, take back, or...
Well, at that point, Shkazak says to you in language you can understand and says, "Don't worry, 13. You are in no danger. Not while I am here. I will help Theoxxa." And so just as Theoxxa has turned around and says, "Stay out of this," and he's like, 13's your friend, right?
So many confusing signals.
So anyway, we're hitting the 2-hour point, I think, and I'm going to call it for the evening. Is that okay?
Yes.
Noah?
That's cool.
Okay. And as we seem to have found ourselves in a usual Legendary Lifestyle complete breakdown of everything, with everyone's goals on the line in one fashion or another, which just seems to have worked out.
Yeah. Amazing.
So neither of you have played this before, correct? And of course, you're playing my hack of it. You're not playing. I did forget something very important, and I really should do this retroactively to help me prepare for next time. Noah, I'd like you to roll Theoxxa Agg's Regard.
Okay. And are there specializations under it?
Regard is just Regard.
Affected?
Yeah.
Okay. So she has a perfectly middle of the road 11.
That's a little better than most.
Okay, cool. That's passable.
Okay. That's actually a fairly interesting result in this case because regard is basically how you make an impression on a community. And I should have used that instead of your charm in the beginning too, Helma.
Got it.
So so regard's actually a pretty important thing. It's a lot like the circle of hands technique of, how are we going to get along here? And the thing that's missing from these rules is the incredible importance of miracles in Legendary Lives. In Legendary Lives, everybody has access to miracles, and some of them are very powerful.
Cool.
And so it's kind of like everybody's a cleric in Legendary Lives. Here, there isn't any such thing. It's all social with regard. And then the magic rules are weird and powerful. So, but neither of you is a magic wielder, so we're not seeing that. So, anyway, just letting you know a little bit about some of what you're looking at. But as far as navigating the events of, an adventure or a situation, so far it seems to be doing its job. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It gets like all of the jobs of, fantasy role playing done, but with, just a real minimum of like rules and overhead. It's great.
Yeah, the actual system is quite nice. We I think exposed some really brutal flaws with the statistics of the table, the original table. But now having retooled it, I'm really happy with it. And I'm liking the way it's working out so far. So I guess that's it. Thank you very much. I'd love to keep trying this. This is way too much fun.
Here.
And I'd like to at least get us through this particular set of events just to see how our characters do. And, if somebody gets sacrificed at the top of the pyramid, and who, for that matter.
Well. I'm looking forward to see how you sacrifice a robot.
They'll find a way.
Right.
I'm sure
That's probably
if there's no paragraph in the Holy Doctrine, I'm sure Aggax will be happy to put in a footnote.
I guess they are not going to take it without any kind of resistance. So
right. Well, on the other hand, you're not entirely isolated. You do have at least one sort of ally.
Well.
Yeah, so I'm so glad we're getting to play again. I mean, the initial situation is wonderful. I'm loving it.
How's this? I mean, standing there, not understanding a word, trying to figure.
Yeah.
I probably should try weird lore.
I just like the way it's punctuated in the middle with just that one, like, what, attack me?
I have the perfect dice.
It's like, what? I know. What kind of robot do you think I am, right? So, and because you see, remember, type is not in the fiction. So nobody thinks of you as a killer. Nobody thinks of you as a specialist. They think of you as your, a scullion, as the they don't.
Well.
So your type becomes evident through all these things you're good at. After a while, people will say, yeah, that robot's a killer, right? But it's not a designated term in the fiction, that they would be seeking.
No, I gather so far they are probably going to treat this as pure luck from my
Who knows?
part.
Yeah, it depends. So we will see. All right. Thank you very much, both of you. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
And good night.
See you too.
Take care, everybody.
Night.